If you want to have more vivid dreams, and you use some of this, see this black stuff that's on here, this black wafer, is that I don't know, I can't think of the name of it. I want to call it kunzite. It's not kunzite. Something. It sucks up all the EMF fields. Sucks them up. But if it's touching you while you're dreaming, not so good. It's not so good. I'll put on my dragon. I've taken the bath of cleaning and washed my hair, and I feel great. Having washed my hair, I feel wonderful. I really do. I feel amazing. I was watching this, and I said, these aren't all just treasures. There's more going on here. Let's just randomly start.
And soon it will be. But that's not where it was found. In April 2018, this gold strip, thought to be 4,500
Get your ass back.
years old or more, was found by a collector inside a box of spare watch parts at a car boot sale. That's the British equivalent of a garage or rummage sale. John Workman, who spotted the gold strip and thought it might be valuable, bought it for next to nothing and took it to experts. They confirmed its age and speculated that it might once have been a piece of jewelry or perhaps a sword decoration during the Bronze Age. Similar looking items have been found in the country before, but none this old. The material would have been extremely rare in the country in that era because no gold mines existed in the country, so any that could be found would have been obtained by panning. Despite being so small, it's thought that it might be worth up to $3,000 should John choose to part with it. That's more than 100 times what he paid for it. We're returning to Viking treasures now, with a collection of Norse artifacts that were discovered in a field in Galloway, Scotland in mid-2016. The items are thought to have been buried inside a pot in the field for over 1,000 years prior to their discovery. It's possible that this was the personal jewelry collection of a very wealthy or significant person within the community. The cache contains silver arm rings, silver ingots, an incredibly ornate cross, a golden pen in the shape of a bird, and more than 100 other objects that serve mostly decorative purposes. Taken all together, this is the single most significant Viking discovery to be made in Scotland during the past century. Not all of the treasure comes from the same place. Many of the objects...
Hey, fuck it. I want my Vikings with loot. I want all my Vikings to have
other
loot.
Parts of Europe, and a few Anglo-Saxon disc brooches from the 9th century were added to the collection at some point too. Vikings were known to have liked to keep a few mementos of the people they conquered, so perhaps that's what we're looking at here. We're heading to Jerusalem in Israel now, where archaeologists breathlessly claim to have made a once-in-a-lifetime discovery in late 2013. Close to the southern wall of Temple Mount, they unearthed 36 Byzantine-era gold coins, a collection of jewelry made from both gold and silver, and a priceless gold medallion with a depiction of the menorah etched onto its face. The collection, which is now known as the Ophiel treasure, comes from the 7th century.
Ophiel.
The most likely explanation for them becoming abandoned is the Persian conquest of Jerusalem, which occurred in the year 614. It's probable that someone fleeing that event buried the items in the hope that they would be able to return for them later, but never got the chance to.
Sigil of Ophiel. See, you would think I would know this one. And I do. That is the Olympic spirit of Mercury. I'm sure they're saying it different, but I heard what I heard. I heard what I heard. I need that sideways.
Do so. There is another theory, though. A new synagogue was built close to the Temple Mount during the same century, so these valuable items might have been intended as a contribution toward the cost of the construction of that project.
I see Hermes' staff.
Nobody ever claimed it. There's still one mystery about the Ophiel's treasure yet to be solved. Why is it that the difference in age between the oldest coin and the newest coin is over 300 years? Nobody knows. Surprisingly, a sword that once belonged to legendary French Emperor Napoleon is currently in private hands, as opposed to a museum. Unsurprisingly, its private owner had to pay an eye-watering figure to acquire it. The sword turned up at an auction a few years ago, where it fetched a price of $6.4 million. Looking at it, it's not difficult to see why. Napoleon was clearly a man of expensive tastes, even when it came to weaponry. The curved blade, inspired by the famous leader's time in Egypt, is encrusted with gold and elaborately decorated. He wore it during the Battle of Marengo in 1800, a surprise attack typical of his genius military tactics that drove the Austrians out of Italy and secured a famous French victory. With typical modesty, he then presented it as a wedding gift to his brother. The sword then stayed in the hands of his family for 178 years before being declared a national treasure in 1978.
Significant.
Strangely, under French law, that declaration means it can be sold to foreign buyers. Hence the fact it's no longer in the family's hands.
I saw Janice back there.
Archaeologists and historians are sometimes prone to hyperbole about the things they find.
This is
but
badass.
We don't think it's an exaggeration to call the Gueno lioness one of the ancient world's greatest works of art.
Lioness?
It's also one of the oldest sculptures ever discovered in ancient Mesopotamia. Experts believe that it was carved around 5,000 years ago by an elite-level Elamite artisan. Sadly, we'll never know the name of the artist who created this unique blend of human and animal features, but we do know that the style is consistent with the advanced levels of engineering and knowledge possessed by the people of Mesopotamia at the time. They'd already developed a written language, invented the wheel, and started building the world's first large-scale cities. It's thought that the lioness statue represents a cultural belief of the Elamite people.
Preacher, teller.
A belief that power over the physical realm could be attained by combining the attributes of humans and animals together. Such is its beauty and rarity that despite being made from limestone, a relatively worthless material, and standing just 3 inches tall, it was sold to a private collector
for
$57 million in 2007.
$57 million.
The ultimate dream of most metal detectorists is to find a giant lump of solid gold. That dream came true for Kevin Hillier in Victoria, Australia in September 1980, when he discovered the nugget, now known as the Hand of Faith.
The Hand of Faith.
It is the largest gold nugget ever found by a metal detector. The hefty chunk of hand-shaped gold, which weighs 875 troy ounces, was hiding just 12 inches below the surface of the soil in a field in Victoria's Konghour district, resting in an upright position. Kevin cashed in on his discovery immediately and placed the nugget up for auction, where it was bought by the Golden Nugget Casino Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, for $1 million. Adjusting for inflation, that's equivalent to $4.3 million today. The Hand of Faith remains on public display in the same Las Vegas hotel today. Although larger gold nuggets were discovered during the Victorian gold rush, they were found inside mines.
Expel a cabal from presence.
Out in the open is a once-in-a-lifetime event. So Kevin probably spent the rest of his life thanking his lucky stars.
Shitpost generator. The truth
Martinovka treasure, which was discovered in the Ukrainian village of Martinovka, Cherkasy Oblast in 1909. The treasure.
Enough. I wanted to share that with you, my brethren. I wanted to share that with you. I thought it was interesting. I thought it would bring in some of that. See, although the world is being broken with AI, and it's going to fuck up our society. Mr. Richard came and brought my guitar back. Oh, that's the wind. The spirit of the bass has come back. But as you can see, or you can't, it's got a problem. It's probably one of the component pieces. The advanced problems. Hey, baby. I said, hey. But I got that Bronco and I've been playing it, so thanks for that. And I told him the story about Chester and haunting myself at the old house. Then he got uncomfortable and he left. He's the big dig. It's the top of the Richard tree. There's so many Richards, it's like a sausage fest up in this bitch. It really is. All these dicks. Ponytail Rick, tie-dye Rick, fucking poor nigger Rick. So many Ricks. Rick James, bitch. But of all the Ricks, this is the top one. And I don't know if he always knows it or not. But using him as a telecommunication device to my higher self. I am. You don't have to always be aware of your awareness that you're not aware of. But you should be aware of its uses to still be active nonetheless. Peace out.